Well, 5 on your side is in storm alert this afternoon, and we're going to be that way right on through tomorrow, into tomorrow night, into Thursday morning. You know, by the time we get to Thursday afternoon, some of us are going to be dealing with trying to move a foot or so of snow around. And the winds are going to help move some of it around too, because it will get windy on Wednesday and at times again on Thursday. Some gusty winds with this storm system. But today it's been a warm breeze. We've been in the low 60s in places around town this afternoon. Kind of amazing, actually, what's been going on. I did not have 60 on my bingo card for weather with this particular storm system. We're still at 59 degrees at Lambert right now. Lambert, so far things are rolling along pretty well today because the weather is not a big impact today. So out at the airport, the flights coming and going pretty much as scheduled or with minimal delays. And I know a lot of people have tried to adjust metro areas, 50 off to the east of St. Louis. And here you look at the radar pictures locally. All rain, of course, right now with temperatures being so warm. We're still ahead of the front. Showers continue to develop, and it's expanding. This area of rain is through the course of the evening, maybe even some downpours in there. Once the colder air gets deeper to our north and west, we do get somewhat of a mixture here going into northern Missouri that changes over to snow. But you kind of look back into southwest Missouri and down into Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, and just see how things are blossoming there. And with that blossoming that we're seeing there, that's an indication of what's to come. The front itself getting closer to St. Louis. That surge of moisture is going to work towards the metro area through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. Look how much of the country is impacted. And, you know, all of us are going to have winter weather impacts from this. As you go farther south and east of St. Louis, maybe not as much in terms of snowfall, but still big problems. And this stretches from Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Chicago, St. Louis, back to Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Dallas even under a winter storm watch. At this point, you've got winter storm warnings out around Denver too. Impacts for us locally, really across Interstate 70 here, down 44, up 55. Central Illinois is really going to take the brunt of this over into central portions of Indiana. That is most likely where the heaviest amounts of snow will be. For us, it stays all rain through about midnight, and in St. Louis until about 2, 3 o'clock. That's when we'll slip just a little below freezing. We'll go to freezing rain and then sleet. Now, as that colder air gets thicker, you go more to a sleet and eventually a snow mix, and that's where we'll get into tomorrow morning. So just want to show you the future cast here. This is just a simulation of what we're expecting to happen. And again, we will be tracking the colder air in overnight. So as we get down around freezing and just below, we switch over to a period of freezing rain and eventually freezing rain and sleet. And then it's freezing rain and sleet, and then sleet and snow, and then eventually mostly snow. Now that'll be the case northwest of St. Louis. You'll get into the snow a lot sooner as you go up towards Jerseyville, Bowling Green, Troy. Metro area south and east, you get a little more of a mix, and that's going to tend to hold our accumulations down. The second wave of this system is coming in here as we get into Wednesday night. Now, at that point, we're already in the 20s, and we're not going to see temperatures moving a whole lot overnight Wednesday night. 19, 20 degrees is where we'll be. So snow will probably add up pretty good as long as we don't get a warm layer somewhere to give us a mix. We think there'll be a little more of a mix southeast of St. Louis, which tends to hold the accumulations down. So from Farmington to St. Genevieve over to Nashville, Illinois, you're not going to see as much snow because you have more sleet mixed in with it. But as you go to the northwest side of the metro area, there may be some spots that end up with more than a foot of snow out of this system. It all tends to wind down later on Thursday. So by Thursday afternoon, flurries, stiff breezes, but here are the impacts. And there's really, no matter what you're getting out of this, you're going to get into these impacts. It is a plowable snow or a plowable amount of sleet and snow, with the heaviest amounts of snow being north and west, and perhaps in the metro area and then north and west. The worst of it is most likely going to happen Wednesday night into early Thursday for the vast majority of us. Power outages are going to be limited to those areas southeast of St. Louis where that glazing is more of a potential problem. And that includes places like Lesterville, Annapolis, Fredericktown over to Perryville. And then you get back, getting closer to the metro area, you get more into that sleet to snow mixture. And then by the time we get into the metro north and west, we will end up getting over to the snow faster. And because of that, as we go north and west of St. Louis, we do think the snow amounts between these two waves that come through will actually be able to kick up, in some cases, more than a foot of snow. And the most likely areas for that to happen would be on that line from about Herman to Troy to Jerseyville and points on to the north. But, you know, we're not going to rule out some spots in St. Charles County, Warren, Franklin County, even into northern portions of St. Louis County and Madison County, ending up with right around a foot of snow. It's all going to come down to that mixture that we see as a part of it. So just kind of wrapping things up for you, you know, the colder air is coming in. We know that for sure. It's not that far away. So as temperatures go below freezing, fortunately, since we've been around 60 today, when we're sitting at 32, 31 degrees initially as this is happening in the wee hours tomorrow morning, the roads will probably still just be wet. Once we start mixing that sleet in, that's when the road temperatures are going to cool very quickly and get to a situation where things are going to get slick. And that's going to be happening, we think, during the morning rush hour tomorrow for St. Louis. And then it's a mix of snow and sleet. Now, you may not get a huge amount of that combination, especially east and southeast of the arch, as you head into the midday hours when things kind of let up for a little bit towards mid-afternoon tomorrow into early tomorrow evening, but then you'll get the next wave. So the combination of the two is what's going to create so many of our problems for travel here across the bi-state region. Now, there still will be some subtle changes. What we'll be watching for as we go into tomorrow, and especially going into late tomorrow night, early on Thursday, what we'll be watching for is if we can get some little narrower bands of heavier snow to form. And if those do form over the metro area, there's even the chance there might even be a rumble of thunder in there, and we may have some pretty hefty snowfall totals coming out of that, which could locally boost the amounts in your backyard. The bottom line is we're going to be dealing with winter weather, even though right now it feels like it's a springtime afternoon in St. Louis. It's not going to last much longer, and then we are going to face the reality of Old Man Winter tomorrow for sure, and no less on Groundhog Day. So that'll wrap it up from the 5 on Your Side Weather Center. We're going to be in storm alert through Thursday. We'll keep you updated online. We'll keep you updated on air and also on the 5 on Your Side app. You know, you stick with 5 on Your Side. We'll keep you updated as the storm moves through. One thing's for sure, come Friday, we'll start to get those roads cleared up and we'll start to get things back to normal. So just make sure you can hang in there until about Friday afternoon. And most of us have enough food. May not be the most desirable stuff in the pantry or in the cupboards, but, you know, it's enough to get you through a couple of days. We're going to be okay. All right? We'll talk to you soon. I think